Industrial gameplay is filled with grit and space dust. It's not usually seen as a flashy profession, but for the first time, an alien manufacturer is imparting their elegant, unorthodox design into the most crucial pillar of a spacefaring economy. And according to the designers, it's going to use that alien tech to make a more efficient hauler out of you. This ship is going to carry a massive 640 SCU of cargo, but was originally concepted to fit 320 SCU into a medium hangar space, the same as something like a Zeus CL, which carries only 128. It has the opportunity to be a pretty big shakeup in the hauling space, but is it going to actually be a new angle on cargo hauling that emphasizes the alien background, or the same loop with an alien tax? I'm going to show you everything we know about the first major alien industrial spaceship coming to Star Citizen in the next week, and the standard it should meet as we get close to its release. This is a Star Citizen Ketchup on the Gatac Railen. Alien Week is in just a few days, and with it come two new ships from Gatac, the currently only industrial manufacturer not run by some space primates. The ship is meant for 4 crew, with 2 remote turrets and a seat for your co-pilot or engineer. It also has a handful of missiles and a couple of tractor beams to help you load and unload, but the most important part of this ship is obviously the cargo capacity. It carries 640 SCU at the time of writing just a week before release, and that makes it pretty competitive to those looking for an edge in hauling, but we'll get to that later. First, let's take a look at that design. When CIG pitched this ship back in 2021, it created a whole new manufacturer in Gatac, a company that represents the most constructive side of alien kind, specifically the Xi'an. This was a company that focused on the cutting edge in Xi'an society, so you know it's well and above whatever humans are putting out, from floating elevators to transforming seats. And a completely shifting chassis, the ship, from a design standpoint, is pretty different. Since 2013, CIG has always emphasized 3 things about Xi'an technology: a focus on vertical design, floaty bits, and interweaving plates. This ship looks like their first chance to finally roll out all of these concepts from over the years into a serious contender for the most complex video game spaceship ever released. With all these moving bits, the team at CIG hoped to make the ship feel alive around you. This could be to its detriment too, with the smaller component access occurring on a sorta column response roulette system dependent on animations and, I would assume, ship power. Seems like a risky choice, but I'm sure they'll try to make it make sense, or just remove it. While the ship itself is a pretty compact form factor, not considering the height, there is a good amount of interior space due to the cargo being stored somewhat externally. I say somewhat because unlike with the Hull series, the external boxes on this ship are actually stored within pods on the back that are somewhat vulnerable but still protected, though it's unclear exactly how this is going to function, something I'm sure we will see within a few days of this video coming out. The team was aiming for a very elegant form factor, but you can see from the many concepts they worked through, including one that went on to be the smaller Seulin, that CIG has some pretty interesting ideas for Gatac that I think many are going to want to see explored further. In fact, the Railen we finally see in-game soon is likely to have a couple distinct differences from the concept we already know, like these thrusters. Additionally, we know there's another Gatac ship coming alongside the Railen.
Might be some use for more snub ships in the future. Do I want to hint at Alien Week? No, I don't want to mention Alien Week now.
So there's going to be a couple surprises in this reveal, even though we do have this concept art in front of us. Overall, it's a pretty spectacular looking ship, and I think it's going to offer an atmosphere we've only seen in the Seulin in a much bigger scale. From the diagonal elevators to the dual race habitation areas, it seems built to really draw you into what is presumed to be a more advanced way of living. But that's all looks and design. Let's take a look at how the cargo hauling should play differently on the Railen. Where the Railen really excels, at least as a cargo hauler, is similar to the Hull B. They can get to locations and carry more cargo than their peers, but at a price. Even if it's still somewhat protected, the Railen will be more at a risk of losing cargo to stray shots, but that means faster loading and unloading when you finally get to your destination. Where these ships do really get ahead, though, is with Star Citizen's hangar system. Every location in Star Citizen is going to have limitations, whether it's a gravity well that impacts heavy ships, a higher danger level that scares most pilots away, or the size of its facilities out on the frontier. Haulers already need to pay attention to what stations they're flying to with what ship. But as we go on, you're going to find less and less areas accepting those larger ships. The Railen, as concepted, carries its 640 SCU in a smaller area than the Starliner's 696 or the Caterpillar's 576, which go in large hangars. But I do believe, since the cargo capacity was originally concepted at 320 SCU, that we're going to see the ship scale up quite a bit as well. But that 320 was still fitting in a medium hangar, which is still an advantage I'd like to see even when scaled up. But that's not really all that alien, is it? Just a great reason to have the ship. To find the more extraterrestrial bits, you have to look further into the habitation area, where dual species facilities are ready for use. I'm thinking this must have some gameplay significance outside of RP, as we know hygiene and rest-related activities are going to give you buffs. Otherwise, I doubt this will amount to very much in the ship or the ways you use it. So, what else is there? Well, everything floats around and hovers, from the ascending entrance elevator to the confusing PC Master Race transformations on the elevator kiosk. It certainly doesn't look human, it doesn't operate like a human ship, but as of now, I haven't seen anything that makes me think the act of cargo hauling is going to be any different from other ships. Maybe they will surprise us though. The size advantage here is real, and the looks are definitely different enough that I think this is going to get its own big fan base, as well as possibly attract attention even from outside of the community, continuing the trend of releasing the most impressive ships in gaming. But if there's one thing CIG has proven this year, it's that they're struggling to successfully deliver a complex ship that works as intended. We've been tracking the development of this ship on the live stream every month, and the most recent monthly report has it leaving Greybox in May and getting its Lot 0 and its final review in the first 2 weeks of June for a launch at Alien Week in the coming days. That kind of timing feels similar to Alpha 4.8, and I really hope the developers get the time that they need to finish the work properly, or the ship gets delayed past the special sale date so that it can release properly. Keep an eye out for this ship and the rumored alien snub ship that's coming along with it for Alien Week this year, and let me know what other upcoming ships you'd like to see a Ketchup episode on. Thank you for watching this video all the way till the end. I hope you learned something new in it, and I'll catch you in the next.